A very good morning to all of you. That day we have done rights in the Indian Constitution. Now we are going to continue with our fourth right, that is right to freedom of religion. Earlier we have done right to equality, right to freedom and right against exploitation. Right to freedom of religion means that everybody enjoys the right to follow the religion of his or her choice. Every person who is in India, that is free to practice any sort of religion. The state is not having its own official religion. Government the state का कोई अपना religion नहीं है. You must have seen historically that there were certain rulers and emperors in different parts of the world who did not allow residents of their countries to enjoy the right to freedom of religion. Persons following a religion different from that of the ruler were either persecuted or forced to convert to the official religion of the ruler. कई बारी आम जनता ਨੂੰ ਰਾਜੇ ਦੇ official religion ਵਿੱਚ ਕਨਵਰਟ ਹੋਣ ਲਈ ਫੋਰਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਮਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਿਜ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਕੱਦਮਾ ਚਲਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਕੱਦਮਾ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ and they have to face the persecution. Freedom of faith and worship. It means that freedom of religion also includes the freedom of conscience. Conscience means विवेक. अपनी शक्ति दे नाल, अपनी बुद्धि दे नाल, अपने विवेक दे नाल a person has the freedom to choose its own religion. It means that a person may choose any religion or may choose not to follow any religion. To have a judicial outlook towards one religion or the other, that is your freedom of religion and the freedom of conscience. The government can impose certain restrictions on the practice of freedom of religion in order to protect public order, morality and health. Sometimes public order ਨੂੰ maintain ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ, morality ਨੂੰ, health ਨੂੰ maintain ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਝ restrictions government ਲਗਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ. The government can also interfere in religious matters for rooting out certain social evils, like in the past sati was there, in which the wife has to make herself burn with the dead body of the husband, bigamy and human sacrifice also. These were certain ill practices, and in order to root out these social evils, the government can interfere in the religious matters of the citizens of India. And freedom of religion always produce tensions between followers of various religions and the government. Government ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ अलग-अलग ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟੈਂਸ਼ਨਸ ਤੇ ਕਨਫਲਿਕਟਸ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਤੇ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਅਲੱਗ-ਅਲੱਗ ਰਿਲੀਜਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟੈਂਸ਼ਨਸ ਤੇ ਕਨਫਲਿਕਟਸ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਟ in the eyes of the government of India, every religion is equal. There is no official religion. India does not have any kind of any kind of official religion. Government must extend equal treatment to different religion. In the eyes of the government, every citizen belonging to any religion is equal, and the prime minister, if you want to become a prime minister, president or judge or any other public official, you don't have to belong to a particular religion. And right to equality, there is a guarantee that government will not discriminate on the basis of religion in giving employment. जब किसी भी जॉब के फॉर्म्स निकलते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट कभी भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करती है कि हमने सिर्फ सिखों को सीट्स देनी है, जॉब्स देनी है, या हिंदुओं को देनी है, जैन्स को नहीं देनी है, बुद्धिस्ट को रखना है और क्रिश्चियंस को नहीं रखना है. दिस इज़ नॉट द सेम. द गवर्नमेंट इज ट्रीटिंग ऑल द citizens of India equally at the time of recruitment of various jobs. Our fifth right is cultural and educational right. If we talk about Indian society, it is full of diversity. It is an image of diversity that comes in front of our mind, and India is not having monolithic society. Monolithic means uniformity is not there in the society. You can see vast diversity, and that is full of diversity. And our constitution also believes that this diversity is our strength. If we see कि हर 2 गज के बाद इंडिया में बोली चेंज हो जाती है, there is linguistic minorities and the cultural minorities are included in this provision of cultural and educational right. Minorities, do you know what are minorities? Minorities are those groups that have common language or religion, and in a part of the country or in the country as a whole they are outnumbered by some other social section. Means they are less in number, but they are having a special common language and religion of their own, and they are residing in a particular part of the country. Now they have their own culture, they have their own language, and a particular script is also there. All these minorities, whether they are linguistic or religious, they can set up their educational institutions, and by doing so they can preserve, develop and their own culture. You can see various linguistic and religious based schools and colleges in your locality. Some are Christians, they have opened Catholics and Protestant schools, convent schools have been opened, and certain Sikh missionary schools have also been opened. Means every religion, those who are in minority, they wanted to preserve their own culture. That's why they are trying to establish, in order to preserve and develop their own culture, they need certain educational institutions. जी उन्होंने educational institutions set up कर देते हैं. The government will not do any discrimination on the basis of their own minority. While granting aid, while granting help, financially government help करती है, तो ਜਦੋਂ aid देगी educational institutions ਨੂੰ, उस समय वो किसी भी institution ਨੂੰ माइनॉरिटी कम्यूनिटी ਦੇ अंडर किसी भी तरह का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करेगी, किसी भी तरह का भेदभाव नहीं करेगी कि ये पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज या कल्चर ਨੂੰ बिलोंग करते हैं, ये इन्हों का रिलीजन है. दिस इज ऑल. Our last right is right to constitutional remedies. That if you have a jewelry, suppose if you have a jewelry, you need its protection also, you need its safekeeping also, otherwise there will be no fun of having jewelry. अगर आपके पास ज्वेलरी है तो आप ये चाहते हैं कि उसकी सुरक्षा भी हो, सेफली उसे कीप कर सके, आप उसको आप बैंक में सेफली कीप कर सकते हैं. And suppose if you have a property also, private property, in that situation also you need that private property to be protected by the law. Government इसी तरह ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ 5 फंडामेंटल राइट्स ने बेटा उन्होंने प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए 6th फंडामेंटल राइट बनाया गया है, दैट इज़ टू प्रोटेक्ट द ऑल द अबव मैंशन राइट्स. जेकर राइट्स की वायलेशन होंदी है तो उस सिचुएशन दे विच असी राइट्स टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज़ का आसरा लैके उन्हां दी वायलेशन नूं रोक सकते हैं. एंड दैट इज़ वाई दिस राइट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज़ हैज़ बीन considered as the heart and soul of the constitution, as said by Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar ने right to constitutional remedies ਨੂੰ heart और soul ਦਾ दर्जा दिता है. It is so because the rights gives the citizen the right to approach a high court or the Supreme Court to get any of the fundamental rights restored in the case of their violation. जे कोई फंडामेंटल राइट वायलेट होंदा है, ताड़ा कोई मौलिक अधिकारां दा हनन होंदा है, तो उस सिचुएशन दे विच एक सिटीजन हाई कोर्ट ते सुप्रीम कोर्ट ते कोल अप्रोच कर सकता है, ते रिट दायर कर सकता है. नाउ द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस दैट व्हाट इज अ रिट. रिट इज एनीथिंग दैट इज इशूड अंडर एन अथॉरिटी. इट्स अ लेटर ऑफ लॉ issued by court under its seal to an official to act to do something. Moreover, it is a formal written order that can be there. Now in this chapter we will discuss about 2 articles of the Indian Constitution. Under article number, you know that part 3 of Indian Constitution is having fundamental rights as told to you in the beginning. Fundamental rights ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ part 3 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੇ. Under that we have 32 number article. Under this 32 article, an individual can file a writ to the Supreme Court of the country if any right has been violated. And moreover, अगर कोई citizen नहीं writ दायर करता तो Supreme Court दे कोल power है कि वो इन्हियां ये 5 दियां 5 writs ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ दायर कर सकता है. और ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਸੁਣਵਾਈ ਵੀ ਕਰਵਾਈ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। दैट इज़ अंडर आर्टिकल नंबर 32, दैट इज़ रिलेटेड टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट। बट इफ़ वी सी हाई कोर्ट, that it's a high court, that under article number 226 you can approach high court also. High court can also file these writs, ये सारी writs दायर कर सकता है हाई कोर्ट भी अंडर द आर्टिकल नंबर 226। सो लेट अस स्टार्ट वन बाय वन द writs which are there in your syllabus. The first writ is habeas corpus. All these are Latin words. I'm going to explain you with the meaning also. Habeas corpus, it means that to produce a body. A writ of habeas corpus means that the court orders the arrested person should be presented before it. It can also order to set free an arrested person if the manner or the ground of arrest are not lawful or satisfactory. As already told to you, that habeas corpus means to produce the body. In case if any person is illegally detained by an authority, then Supreme Court of India can ask, or the highest court or high court, they can ask to present the body, to produce the body. And in case if Supreme Court feels that in case if the arrested person, if the manner or the ground of arrest is not lawful, then that person can be set free. उस व्यक्ति ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਰੈਸਟ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਗਰਾਊਂਡ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਬੇਸ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਰੈਸਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹ ਲawful ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਸੈਟਿਸਫੈਕਟਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਅਰੈਸਟ ਤੋਂ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਹੀ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਸੈਟ ਫਰੀ। ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਬੰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਰੈਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਰੈਸਟਡ ਪਰਸਨ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਨਾਓ ਨੈਕਸਟ writ is mandamus. Mandamus means we command. This writ is issued when the court finds that a particular office holder is not doing his legal duty, thereby infringing the right of the individual. ਇਹ ਉਦੋਂ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਆਫਿਸਰ ਹੈ, ਫॉर एग्जांपल a water supply officer is there and in that locality water is not being properly supplied to the people, then the Supreme Court can order that officer to perform his public duty well. But ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਆਫਿਸਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਬਲਿਕ ਹੋਲਡਰ ਆਫਿਸ ਹੋਲਡਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟ ਜਾਂ ਹਾਈ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਇਹ ਰਿਟ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਆਰਡਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ। Now next is your quo warranto. I'll explain this prohibition and certiorari afterwards. First of all, I'll give you the explanation of quo warranto. The quo warranto is having the meaning of by what authority. If the court finds that a person is holding office but is not entitled to hold that office, it issues the writ of quo warranto, restricts that persons from acting as an office holder. I'll give you an example here. While entering in the college or in a school, you need to apply for eligibility test, entrance eligibility test. ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਐਂਟਰੈਂਸ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਾਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਏਗਾ। ਬਟ ਬਾਈ ਸਮ ਮੀਨਸ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਿਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਦੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਐਲੀਜੀਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਬਗੈਰ ਹੀ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ that by what authority you are holding this office, you are holding the seat of a student. In that situation, quo warranto is used, quo warranto writ is used. Now next is certiorari. The two writs are left. First is certiorari and the second one is prohibition. Certiorari you can ask for C for certiorari and C for cure, and prohibition is prevention. As you know that there is a famous saying, prevention is better than cure. Under this, if the court has issued any decision, its decision can be quashed. Under this writ, the court orders a lower court or another authority to transfer a matter pending before it to the higher authority or the court. It means that to be certified. In that one, the lower court, a high court orders a lower court to send the records for review. Sometimes decision ले लिता जाता है, तो उस तो बाद उन्होंने दे decisions जदों ले ले गए ने, उस तो बाद जे हाई कोर्ट लोअर कोर्ट नू ये ऑर्डर दे सकती है कि सारी डिटेल्स सारा मैटर सानू ट्रांसफर कर दिता जाए ताकि उन्होंने रिव्यू कर दिता जाए। सर्शियरी विच डिसीजन दे दिता जाता है, उस तो बाद उन्होंने रिव्यू लई हाई कोर्ट द्वारा लोअर कोर्ट तो मैटर मंगाया जाता है। बट अंडर प्रोहिबिशन इफ द कोर्ट हैज़ द राइट टू स्टॉप एनी कोर्ट फ्रॉम अनाउंसिंग द जजमेंट अनाउंस करन तो पहला ही जेकर किसी लोअर कोर्ट ने अपने ज्यूरिसडिक्शन तो बाहर काम किया है, किसी केस अजिहे केस की सुनवाई की है जिहड़ी उसके ज्यूरिसडिक्शन तो बाहर है, तो उस सिचुएशन दे विच एक हाई कोर्ट या सुप्रीम कोर्ट लोअर कोर्ट नू ये ऑर्डर दे सकता है दैट यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू अनाउंस द पर्टिकुलर डिसीजन रिलेटेड टू दैट केस। उस पर्टिकुलर डिसीजन तुसी नहीं इशू करना, उस दे विच किसी भी तरह का तुसी कोई अपने इस डिसीजन नहीं देना। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दीज जुडिशरी many mechanisms, some are there. You may have heard about National Commission of Minorities, National Commission of Women, National Commission of Scheduled Castes, and National Commission for Children, Women, Minorities of Dalits also. These are certain commissions which are helpful in safeguarding the fundamental rights of these minorities. Now sometimes in the paper the question comes, write a note on National Human Rights Commission. As you all know that to safeguard and to work as watchdogs against the violation of rights, certain independent organization have been made, like People's Union for Civil Liberties PUCL, People's Union for Democratic Rights PUDR, have been working as watchdogs against the violation of rights. But in the background, if you see, the government has established in 1993 the institution that is your National Human Rights Commission. If we talk about its members, it is composed of a former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, a former Justice of the Supreme Court, a former Chief Justice of a High Court, and 2 other members who have knowledge and practical experience in matters relating to human rights. These were all the members of the National Human Rights Commission. The Commission's main function is to inquiry at its own initiative or on a petition presented to it by a victim into complaint of violation of human rights, like visit to jails to study the condition of the inmates, undertaking and promoting research in the field of human rights. जे कोई पटीशन की जाती है ह्यूमन राइट्स की वायलेशन होंदी है, उसकी कंप्लेंट होंदी है नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन नूं, ते ये एक्शन विच आंदी है ते फिर ये अपना काम करना स्टार्ट कर देंदी है। द कमीशन हैज़ ऑलरेडी received thousands of complaints every year. These includes custodial deaths, custodial rape, disappearances, police exercises, failure in taking action, indignity of women, and etc. And the most significant example is given here, that is disappeared youth in Punjab at the time of riots, and the trial of Gujarat riots cases where its intervention proved effective. ਜਿਹੜੇ कि रॉयट सी 27 Feb 2002 ਦੇ ਗੁਜਰਾਤ रॉयट सी, उस समय जिस तरह की कंडीशन गुजरात दे विच सी ਉਹਦੀ सारी ਦੀ सारी पड़चोल नैशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन ने की है। जिथे जिथे फंडामेंटल राइट्स की वायलेशन हुई सी उन्होंने पूरा अपनी रिपोर्ट रिकमेंडेशंस तैयार कीतियां ने and moreover the disappearance of the youth in Punjab from 1984 to 1995. During these 10 years many youth were disappeared from Punjab. In that condition, in that cases also they have made useful recommendations. One more thing, that the commission does not have the power to persecution. चार्ज लगाने का अधिकार इस नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन ਦੇ ਕੋਲ नहीं है. It can merely make recommendations to the government and recommend to the courts to initiate proceedings based on the inquiry that it conducts. जिन्हें इंक्वायरी नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन ने ਕੀਤੀ है ਉਸ ਦੇ ਆਧਾਰ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਿਕਮੈਂਡੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਰਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਨਕੁਆਇਰੀ ਦੇ ਬੇਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੀਡਿੰਗਸ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ. ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲ ਵਿਦ the finishing of today's topic. Tomorrow we will start with directive principles of state policy. That's the last topic of this chapter. Till then beta, stay at your houses, stay safe, devote your time towards your studies because time is very very precious. You all know that time and tides wait for none. So devote your time in a positive manner, never waste it. Thank you.